Hi music lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Caesar Pink.
Let your mama down. Let your mama down. Let your mama down. Baby, please.
Today we're going to do something kind of different. I'm going to introduce you to 15 of my favorite underrated guitar players. But first, before we do that, please like and subscribe if you can. All the proceeds from this channel are donated to the Arete Living Arts Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit charity. Next we go to another guitar player that is well known. That would be Robert Fripp. I don't know why he never ends up in these lists. He's really one of the most amazing guitar players ever. Robert was born May 16, 1946 in Wimborne Minster, a town in Dorset, England. He attended Bournemouth College, where he studied economics, economic history, and political history. In 1965, Fripp went to see the Duke Ellington Orchestra, an orchestra which moved him deeply. He subsequently spent 3 further years playing light jazz in the Majestic Dance Orchestra at Bournemouth's Majestic Hotel. He started a band that released an album, Giles and Fripp. I've heard a little bit of this album. It's got some interesting guitar player. It seems more comedy based or satirical.
He runs a little shop with a room at the top and a mortgage all around it. His little lady will be 53 on Monday and his only son's in the Navy. But he doesn't shout about it. No, he doesn't shout about it. He's a 1 in a million.
And then he put together King Crimson. The original version had Greg Lake on vocals. Greg Lake is known for Emerson, Lake and Palmer and the band Asia. And with their first album, they really invented what became known as prog rock. They have the classic song 21st Century Schizoid Man. He and Brian Eno recorded No Pussyfooting in 1972 and Evening Star in 1974. And these were really groundbreaking albums that helped create the genre known as ambient music. They experimented with several techniques that were new to rock. Fripp used a delay system using 2 modified Revox A77 reel-to-reel tape machines. The technique was used to play a central role in Fripp's later works and became known as Frippertronics. basically what he would do, he would tour with these tape machines, and he would play a part, and record it and then loop it, add another part to another tape deck, and just keep looping it. Of course, now that kind of thing is easy to do. You just have a pedal, you grab your loop and repeat it. But then it was a completely new technology, a completely new idea. In 1975, he kind of retired from music and went to study at J.G. Bennett's International Academy for Continuous Education, becoming interested in the mystical and philosophical ideas of Bennett's teacher, George Gurdjieff. I have no idea how you pronounce that. And he tells the story that all the people went there for spiritual and mental health, and when they left, they all had mental breakdowns. But he returned to music in 1977. He did a project with Peter Gabriel and Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates, where they each produced each other's albums and played on each other's albums. And Robert's album was called Exposure, which is a really interesting solo album. All types of music, or a lot of different types of music, let me say, and very innovative. 1980, he released God Save the Queen under Heavy Manners, in which David Byrne sang a song. Very interesting recording. And then he put together a group called the League of Gentlemen, with Sarah Lee on bass. She's played with a lot of people, Gang of Four, all kinds of things. Keyboardist Barry Andrews, who was originally in XTC, and drummer John Eickhoff. And they released one album, I forget what it's called, but it's a great album. It's like instrumental surf music with these complicated, repeated guitar patterns, but really energetic, fun stuff, and sort of has some of the values of punk and new wave in it, like a complex minimalism, if that makes any sense. In 1981, he reformed King Crimson with Adrian Belew, Bill Bruford, and Tony Levin, who also played the stick bass. And they created kind of a new type of music with these interwoven guitar patterns. And the music was based conceptually on Gamillion music from Bali. And it's really interesting if you listen to Gamillion music and listen to that period of King Crimson, how they took this obscure idea and made it into a new type of rock. Around that time, he did 2 albums with Andy Summers from The Police. In 1984, he became involved in a music school where he would teach all these guitar players. Some of what I heard about it, like the first day of the school, each guitar player could only play one note. And they released a couple albums called The League of Crafty Guitarists, which were basically live albums, but really nice music. I had one of the albums and played it all the time. In 1986, he released the first of 2 collaborations with his wife, Toya Wilcox. Toya's a pop star, like a new wave pop star in England. Fripp also created his own tuning called the New Standard Tuning, which he believes is a more logical tuning than what most people use. And Fripp's an interesting character. He seems like a kind of a intellectual, geeky professor type, but he also has been making these videos with his wife Toya. He posts them online. They're often funny. One of them had him dancing through the yard in a pool floaty shaped like a duck. Other times he's wearing wigs. They're very funny and show a whole other side of him.
People sleeping in their shoes, but there's a warm side on the road ahead. There's a lot of people saying it's better off dead. I don't feel like
But he has his own sound, but that sound is very diverse, from long sustained notes to a sound he calls sky saw, and just, you know, and he's interesting. In his later years with King Crimson, he would, well, I think he always sat in a stool, but he sits kind of in the dark. He's got this pile of electronic equipment behind him or beside him that he uses to make all these sounds, and just an amazing, innovative guitar player, composer. Let's look. This is a song from 1984 with King Crimson called Satori in Tangier. That's Robert Fripp. If you haven't heard of him, check him out. Thank you for joining me, and please like and subscribe, and hope to see you again soon.